I ask a lot of students. My approach is I'd ask students to have an impeccable commitment to being excellent, which means my classes are very demanding. I demand that students be punctual, that they be prepared, and that the answers that I seek to the questions that I ask be very precise, be very articulate, and that's new to most of the students. Their prior educational experiences, in the main, not exclusively, they were perhaps not asked to do quite as much with the focus and intensity that they experience in my classes. So my classes are quite a new experience, a jarring experience, you could even say, for a significant number of the students. I don't ask my students to do anything that I didn't do as a student myself, and that I don't ask likewise of colleagues, and the colleagues don't likewise ask of me. So it's a matter of commitment and will and a discipline that carries over into the profession. Lawyers need to be disciplined in order to be successful at representing clients, or in whatever capacity a person with a law degree might choose in a profession. So that's just an indispensable characteristic that I try to impart in my students so they can carry that forward in their chosen profession. I tell my students sometimes that I'm an acquired taste, and many of you won't acquire it. But at the end, for the most part, with a few exceptions, the students do see the point that I was trying to get to and the habits that I'm trying to help them develop and cultivate. And when they go into work in whatever capacity, some are lawyers, some work for judges, some work in government in some other form, some go into nonprofits. The rigor that I expose them to prepares them for the challenges that they face in the workplace. So then it won't be the first time that they really had to push themselves to the limit in order to accomplish the task that's in front of them. That's the most satisfying part. Is around June of every year, it's like a ritual. I'll get some emails from students who will say, I didn't like it in class in real time. Now I see the point. When I was preparing for the bar examination and we got to the subjects that the students took from me, they said they could hear my voice in their heads as they were preparing for the bar exam, and as they're doing writing assignments or editing or proofreading, they could also tell me that they could hear my voice. So I appreciate that a lot. A proud moment for me was a graduation, I think in 2017. We had a student, Zachary Morrison, who was graduating, who also had a speaking part at the graduation ceremony. And the faculty, we were sitting, of course, on the stage, and Mr. Morrison went to the podium and addressed the crowd and the attendees. And he told some personal stories about the three people who had the most influence on him at that point in his life. And he named his grandfather, who raised him. And he named Scott Ellington, who was the prosecuting attorney in Mr. Morrison's hometown. And then to my surprise, he named me. And I got choked up when I heard that, because of course I had only met him when he came to law school. And I had no idea that I had that kind of impact on him, so that when he mentioned those three persons, that I would be in the same sentence with his grandfather who raised him. So that was a moment I found very touching, very poignant, and that's one of the most proud moments of my teaching career.